Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast.
We might never change the world, at least we've had our say.
Real talk about movies, music, politics, race, and religion.
Growing up, not growing old, the feeling is still the same.
Live from New York. It's the Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast. My name is Mike Russo, your host. With me, Doug HTC. What's up, brother?
Let's go, brother. Let's get this going.
I want to thank you for doing the show on a Monday. Everyone works on a Monday, so I appreciate that.
Early as possible, too, man. We got to, I love this stuff. This is our stuff, man.
All right, so the reason I have it, hold on, I got an echo. What the fuck? That never happens. All right, whatever. The reason I want to get you on is because I didn't know that you were aware or had knowledge of the MCU, but I had an instinct that said, hey, if this guy might know a thing or two, so I asked you to fucking come on and do a top 10 MCU, and here you are, and you've seen them all.
I've seen them all. I got my list in my notes, which I forgot to take down, but I'm going to go by what I remember in my mind.
I finally saw Brave New World.
That's on my list. You know what? I'm not going to go any particular order. I'm just going to throw the movies out that I enjoyed. Maybe I'm going to try to get to the top 10 that I originally planned to. But it all starts somewhere, right? Everything starts somewhere.
Right.
So when Iron Man came out, I literally seen that movie 4 times in the theater.
Yeah.
I had my kids in tow. So that's my number one pick, because with Iron Man, none of this would have happened. You already know that.
Right, yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. basically cemented himself. The minute that movie dropped, everybody knew this was something special. They're on to something.
Yeah, right,
And
yeah.
What is it like? What is it now? Like 20 years later almost?
It was 2008.
2000, yeah.
So pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
16 years or whatever.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. Another couple of years, it's going to be 20 years.
What do you think about him as Dr. Doom?
I'm waiting to see what they do, because the Russo brothers are coming back for that, right?
They're coming back for both Avengers movies.
Yeah. So I'm waiting, because they always do something interesting and out of pocket.
So they're going to be drawing from both Secret Wars. The one from the 80s and the one from when that came out, 2008 or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, like somewhere around there.
But they're going to be drawing from those two. So I don't going to go back and read all that shit, but should be interesting.
Try to remember what you can from the era that we had it as a kid.
I saw the Spider-Man cartoon when they did it from the 90s.
Yeah, that was an amazing cartoon.
Yeah.
And so was the newer one. So was the new one on Disney Plus. It was pretty cool.
I really enjoyed that one, actually. I really liked what they did, and I didn't really mind the race swapping, which usually bothers me. But I didn't mind it this time, except for maybe one or two characters.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. They're setting these things in different universes. Just when you think it's gonna be the Holland thing, it's not. They just threw it right off. Remember, because they had aliens coming in from other places. And then Norman Osborn's the guy that's supporting him. Yeah. So it's like they took it to left field, which I liked.
Also, they had the airport scene from Civil War that Spider-Man was involved in. But in this universe, he wasn't involved in, but he's watching it on TV, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah. See, I watched like most of it. See, what happens is there's so much out there to watch.
Yeah.
And you drop the ball on one show and start another. You forget to go back and finish one.
Yeah, honestly, the Marvel shows I really can't really be bothered with. Like, I didn't even look at Echo. I started Secret Invasion. I've got 2 episodes in. I was like, yo, this sucks. I had to watch Daredevil, of course, because that Marvel show.
I'm on the 3rd episode now.
So, what do you think? I mean, it's early, but what do you think?
I'm liking it. I'm liking, here you got Fisk. He's winning as mayor. Of course, the actor that played, what's his name? It eludes me. I'm sorry.
Private Pile?
No, the
That's him.
Yeah, I know. Full Metal Jacket. No, but what's his name? The Spanish, the Puerto Rican guy that played.
White Tiger.
Yeah, he died in real life.
Yeah, I heard. That's fucked up. What did he die
Yeah, in
of?
real life. I have no clue. I just read it in one of the online things, and I was just like, damn. Doesn't matter how he died. He just, it sucks.
Yeah, young.
He probably could have had a recurring role because, from what I understand, he had his own book at one point.
Yeah, and there's a female one too, but I don't know who. If it's his sister, his wife, it could be that niece. Oh, you probably don't know.
Yeah.
You seen her, right? The niece.
Yeah, I think so.
So it might be her. Who knows?
And then I know I seen the character's wife was in the episode saying, I don't even know who he is anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you become a vigilante. You sort of lose yourself in that. That's the same thing that happened in the first wave of Daredevil. That's what happened. Matt Murdock was losing himself in Daredevil. And that's, remember when he was locked in the prison? Spoiler alert, everybody, but if you haven't seen this stuff since 2016, get out from underneath that friggin' rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like when a character gets lost in a superhero, especially when it's more like Punisher or Daredevil or those darker superheroes. You know what I mean?
Like Batman. Bruce Wayne is like his facade. Like he's fucking Batman.
Yeah. One of my favorite books of all time, Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb. Met them both at Comic-Con last year. Gentlemen. And I met some of the other artists on that book. Hush. You ever read Hush?
I read Hush.
They got Hush 2 now. But Hush was one of my favorite storylines. They did it as a DC cartoon.
Yeah, they ruined it.
But I never watched those. I have them, but I never watched them.
They kind of fucked them up. I don't know what they're doing. They fucked up Hush. They fucked up The Killing Joke.
Oh, The Killing Joke, they messed up too. That book was amazing.
Joe, do you want me to tell you what they did?
No.
All right, I have to remember correctly, but they had Batman bang Batgirl and have a relationship with Batgirl.
In the cartoon.
Yeah, because I guess they thought it raised the stakes of Wait, Barbara Gordon was Batgirl, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's what it was. So he had a relationship with Batgirl, so it made it.
He's the one that got shot by the Joker.
So it made it. They did that so when she got shot by the Joker and paralyzed, it made it like a bigger deal, but it just made it silly.
Yeah.
It almost was like creepy.
Yeah. See, I don't like when they render stories. When they render stories and they're trying to make it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they should just left it.
Like me, I'm gonna use a wrestling term here. I marked out when Superman v Batman came out because you're finally getting them on screen together.
Yeah.
Like Jerry said, I know you said in the last episode you didn't like the Ben Affleck Batman much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him because I've been a fan of him for a while. So, but I thought he delivered an older Batman. You seen Robin was dead already.
Yeah.
He killed the Joker already. He had those scars in the back of him. So you seen a more fatigued old Batman.
So you read? Are you a reader?
Not as I was. I have a couple of the digital books of the new Batman by Snyder.
Yeah.
But I haven't read them yet.
What about the old Batman stuff?
Some of the old stuff I like.
All right, so if you give me like 5 of your favorites, 5 of your favorites.
Of old school?
Anything really. I mean, I'm guessing if you haven't read new stuff.
No, Death in the Family. I got them all over there. Death in the Family. I like the Batman versus Spawn. That was pretty cool.
Right.
They had a lot of those versus books back in the day where they crossed over.
Yeah.
They did a Batman versus Wolverine. That was pretty cool. Those are the only 3 I could think of. But
Long Halloween?
Long Halloween was good.
Dark Knight Returns.
Long
These
Halloween
are
was good.
year one classics.
Well, yeah, all those Dark Knight series automatically they're included. Even the Master Race. What is it called? The third book, the Master Race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, I thought the Dark Knight Strikes Again was horrible. That was the second one. I don't know if you read that one.
The first one was the best one.
I love the first one, and they did a great job with the movie. I don't know if you saw the movie.
The animated one, right?
Yeah, Dark Knight Returns 1 and 2.
There's 2 parts. Yeah, I seen it when it first came out years ago. It's pretty good.
They did a great job with that. Also, the Court of Owls is a great one.
Oh yeah.
And I just read fuck, what is it called? It's year 0 year.
Oh, 0 year.
You know that
I
one?
didn't. That's newer. Is that newer?
It's newer. Yeah, it's definitely newer.
Yeah. Like I
That's
said,
Snyder.
I'm not like the new books coming out. I haven't read.
Yeah.
I'm not really up on the new stuff like that anymore. I just stopped.
But see, like we're
know?
at an age, like when we say newer, this is probably like 15 years old, but that's newer to us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys were talking about a lot of the bands from back in the days. Like, I started late 80s to early 90s, like all hip hop. All hip hop. When you guys were throwing hardcore bands, I was literally writing them down. Like, damn, I got to listen to some of these because I know Black Flag and all these other bands you guys were mentioning. But I never listened to like a whole album. I listened to a song here, a song there.
Right.
So I'm all, like I'm into a lot of the older stuff.
Yeah.
Like Ice. I was just listening to the 3 bangers that Ice-T brought out: Home Invasion, Original Gangster, and what's the other one? There's a third one in between there. But I was listening to all those albums just recently.
The only
They
Ice-T
still hold
one,
up to today.
the only Ice-T album I ever had was Iceberg. That's a pretty good one.
That's the one with
That's
the shotgun in the guy's mouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a
That's
good
the
one.
one in the middle of those two.
Actually, I think I had Original
Those three-
Gangster too.
Original Gangster, that was great.
So you're
Home
a hip hop
Invasion,
head.
another one. I'm a hip hop guy, but then later years I got into like melodic death metal, like I'm on a Marth, stuff like that. Megadeth, Metallica, all over the place with all that stuff.
All right, let me put you on the spot.
I got into thrash a little bit.
Yeah, I can't. I have trouble with metal, honestly.
Yeah.
Let me
It's all good. Teach his own.
let me put you on the spot. What's your top 5 Tribe songs? Off the top of that, Tribe.
Tribe Called Quest?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Off the top.
Tribe, what is it? Scenario? See, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm not.
Well,
memory,
yeah.
Scenario.
Would it be easy to say Mobb Deep?
I can't. Dude, I'm so tired right now. I need you to give me a top 5. I'm barely getting through the top 10.
All right, so
Marvel movies.
let's make it fair. Let's make it fair. Throw some shit at me, and I'll see if I can. I'll see how good I do.
All right, let's see.
90s hip hop.
90s hip hop. Yeah, go with Mob. Go with Mobb Deep.
Oh, this is hard. Fuck, it's hard being put on the spot.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
All right, give me. All right, I gotta go with the 2 obvious ones: Survival of the Fittest, Shook Ones Part 2. I'm gonna go. Damn, Hell on Earth has so many good ones. Fuck.
Nighttime Vultures.
Give me. That's a good one. No, Give Up the Goods, which is my favorite. I love that fucking song. And I'll go Quiet
And that
Storm.
one you just named.
Which one?
Quiet Storm, they had the remix with Lil' Kim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's off the top. Survival of the Fittest, Give Up the Goods, Shook Ones Part 2, Quiet Storm, and I'm gonna go with the Realist with Coogee Rap.
All right.
Damn, that's not hard. That's not easy.
It's not. This is like my first podcast in a while, so I'm like, I know this is gonna go to a wide audience. People are gonna be like, "Who's that big bearded dumb fuck?"
All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty.
I might have done better with Smith and Wesson, but I don't want to like, those are my guys. I don't want to mess up on doing their song lists.
Yeah, they got some classics too.
Yeah, the whole Duck Down tribe, man, they're all great.
Yeah, Black Moon's one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, that first album. The last album was something. It was a lot darker.
I think wow, I'm drawing a blank right now. What the fuck is this song? It's like
try to name 5 Jerry X songs or Jerry Body now.
I'll just name Brooklyn Horror Story.
Yeah, I was just listening to that today.
What's the fucking Black
Shout
Moon
out,
song?
Jerry.
Yeah, what's up, Jerry? What's that Black Moon song? It's like my favorite song ever.
And To the Stage.
What's off of that one?
Enter the Stage.
That's the album, but
that's the first album. But there's the title track's Enter the Stage.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of though. It's my favorite. Oh my god, this is fucking bothering me. This is bothering me so much. I'm gonna fucking go on my phone right now and find it because this is like my favorite song ever.
See, I'm doing this off my phone, so I can't look shit up.
Yeah, see, this is fucked up because this is the best song fucking ever.
I know Jerry X is dead, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you one from Jerry X, not Jerry Body, Jerry X. Hit the Deck. That's with Danny Diablo. Uh, he's got an album with Tony Slippers that from track A to track 1 to track whatever is dope. Brooklyn Horror Story you mentioned. Then he got the first album, like he had a lot of EPs. The Heretic Anthem EP or the Heretic EP.
yeah.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Then he did. It was. That's I Got You Open,
Could
right?
remember the fucking name of it. It's fucking sick. It's
That's
like
I
my
Got You Open.
best song ever.
That
Smooth as
whole
fuck.
first album and Smith and Wesson's first album. Now I always tell Tech I love all the stuff they did, but that first album and the All, they have the Infinity album that just dropped last month. They did an in-store signing and they did a little show, a little concert in the store.
Yeah.
Then they had 2 previous Brooklyn Monarch shows. Everybody came out for that first one. Ghost, Pharoah Monch came out, MOP came out, Illa G, he rolled with Mobb Deep. The last show me, Jerry, and Tommy went to, you know who came out? Havoc from Mobb Deep.
Oh, okay.
And he never comes out.
Yeah.
So it was like seeing him was amazing. And we
Yeah.
were side stage.
Yeah. It was good shit.
Man, standing next to Jerry and all those guys, I got a contact high and I'm sitting there swigging IPAs like it was nothing.
Yeah, right. Good shit. That's good times right there. My
Yeah.
my friend seen Mobb Deep out here on Long Island when Prodigy was alive. They were doing coke with them in the bathroom. I was like, I had no idea those guys were doing coke. I don't know.
My thing is, I don't do coke.
I don't know which one it was.
I can never look, man. I'm just gonna say this outright. I can never stick up nothing up my nose unless her legs are wrapped around my head.
That works for me.
You know.
All right, so listen, I got you on here for MCU Top 10. I've been wanting to do this for a minute,
Yeah.
and you have knowledge of the shit. You know what you're talking about. But before we do our Top 10, you're not doing a Top 10, you say, right?
Well, I got my list on my phone.
Right.
So, and I forgot to write it down. I should have wrote it down before we got on this, but I'll go with the flow.
What is what's your relationship with comic book movies? Like you like I asked you if you read earlier.
I gotta be honest with you, and we're talking about any comic book movie from Spawn to DC to Marvel.
Conan, anything.
It's amazing. It's amazing seeing them on screen.
Yeah.
It's just like these things you grew up with, these characters you grew up with. All of a sudden, it's larger than life. That's why I mentioned Iron Man before. Was I a big Iron Man reader as a kid? No, I was more of a Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Iron Man was always in that top 10 of my reading list. Now,
Yeah.
I never read storylines. But any story that I read, I was like, this guy's a millionaire. He's got cool gadgets. He's got these cool suits, Mark 1 through whatever. You know, so seeing that first, that's my number 1 pick, though, is Iron Man. Because that was a starting template, and you couldn't get any better than starting with Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, I remember growing up seeing that cover for Demon in a Bottle, and I was like, wow, what the fuck is this? Because I don't know if you remember that Demon in a Bottle cover. I think
he looked messed up.
Yeah, he was fucked up looking.
They briefly touched that in part 2.
A little bit,
Not
yeah.
as big as they did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he was flipping out at the party and Rhodes had to stop him.
He's drinking he's whiskey or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm kind of like you, where like for me it was X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman. That was the shit I read.
Yeah. X-Men, no doubt. X-Men, without a doubt. That was I just said I had a top 10 reading list when I was a kid. X-Men was in there. You know,
especially
unfortunately, I can't go off my brain.
Yeah, no, me too. I can. The only things the things I remember reading as a kid, and we're at that age where like it was mostly like Claremont Burns shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix, Days of Future Past, The
Which
health.
one did you like? Did you like the newer Dark Phoenix or the one from the other Bryan Singer's Dark Phoenix?
I didn't like either one of them.
Nah.
Nah, because I read the book, and the book is has the Hellfire Club, and she gets influenced by
Yeah.
fucking Sebastian Shaw. Was it Weingart? I don't remember. It's been a while, but the book
Yeah.
is short, so short, but it's so much better. And she's so fucking powerful. She's just flying around the cosmos as the Phoenix, destroying shit, and then
Yeah.
Professor X's alien wife is in it. This shit's crazy.
Wow.
You said Dark Phoenix or Days of
Yeah.
Future Past?
No, Dark
Dark
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay.
Days of Future Past, I like that movie. For what they brought to the screen, I liked it.
That was a good one. They did a good fucking job. And I don't know what is Hugh Jackman taking, but that dude was fucking jacked in that movie, like vascular to the
Yeah.
fucking toes.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
But you know what's funny is I didn't include the Fox world in this. Now that everything's together, I didn't think about that. But I did add, you didn't get a number one. You got to pick your number one, and we'll go back and forth. That's how you want to do this, right?
No, I saw a 10.
I'm saying you're gonna pick one too, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to do
Or you
10.
want to just
I'll do 10. And if you remember, I'll go to you, then I'll do 9, then we'll go to you, I'll do 8, whatever.
all right?
But no Fox movies, just MCU. Because there's the only
Yeah,
Fox
that's all I did.
is Deadpool and
My
Wolverine.
MCU first pick. Yeah, my well, that's not Fox. That's Disney now. That's integrated into MCU now. That Deadpool Wolverine, that's an MCU movie.
That's the only one, though.
Yeah,
Right?
that's it. And if you notice the end credits, they sort of like put a homage in there for the old Fox guys because that was it.
A fucking homage. Is it a homage or
Good word. Homage. Yeah, a
is that
homage.
French?
There you go.
Is this a French word?
Why, I'm telling you, all the guys are gonna bust my balls about this one.
A homage.
Yeah, man, that's how you say it, bro.
All right, so I want to thank you for giving me that list of every Marvel movie because that helped. Thank you for that.
I sent you the list.
Yeah, so because I was no way gonna
You have it on
remember
your
them.
phone.
I actually still have it on my
Yeah,
phone.
do me a favor. Do me a favor. You could actually show me that damn list because I'm shooting out Iron Man's the only one I remember. I remember most of them.
It's a big fucking.
There's only 10 though. There's only 10.
This is the whole. This is the whole fucking list. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, no, that's all of them. But I'm talking about the list of 10 that I sent you.
No, I don't have that. I only have every Marvel movie. You sent me a 10?
So yeah, what's your first pick? Yeah, I picked 10 and I sent it to you. These are my 10.
I'm glad I didn't see it because I don't want to see it. I'm glad I didn't get it then.
Oh yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, because I don't want to have answers ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be surprised and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my number one. Iron Man starting point, greatest starting point if you ask me. That's the end all be all. If there was no Iron Man, there would be no MCU.
So that's your number one best favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So you're starting with the best.
The other 9. Yeah, the other 9. I'm gonna try to remember exactly what I wrote because, like I said, they're in this phone.
All right, I'm going Guardians 3 at number 10.
Guardians 3 was a very good movie.
It was a good one. I think I liked it more because I didn't like number 2 at all. And I think it was the Rocket storyline was great. I think they had a great scene. There was that fight scene in that tunnel or the garage or whatever the fuck it was. And they ruined it with a Beastie Boys song. I think they could have done a lot better with that. That fight scene was fucking really good. And they ruined it with fucking No Sleep Till Brooklyn. But whatever. Guardians 3 is my number 10.
That was where they were rescuing the kids, right?
Yeah. All the animals and shit.
All right, so the 9's gonna be from here. So I'm not going in no numeral order here. It's gonna be whatever I remember from my list.
Go ahead.
So next is gonna be the newest one, Captain America: Brave New World. Now, this stuff I read, Red Hulk, when he started in 2008, I had that first issue, and I read it all almost to the end. Now I've been waiting for the Red Hulk to come out. Now, unfortunately, the guy that originally was playing Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross passed away. Much respect because he did great things with that character. He came back briefly in Infinity War, right? Before the blip.
He was in the hologram.
And that's when they just walked right through and was like, "Fuck you, we're gonna do what we gotta do."
Court-martial me, whatever.
I honestly thought Harrison Ford did an amazing job. I don't know if you've seen it yet. You just said you've seen it, right?
I just saw it like a couple weeks ago, yeah.
What'd you think about, I think the pay up and the build to that end, to where he changed, was exactly what we needed.
Right.
I thought that alone was the payoff.
Yeah.
That alone, him changing was the payoff. Because he was in that submarine and you thought he was going to change then. And you were like, oh, they're going to be fucked if he changes. Because that's when the leader was talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would have been fucked
they
up.
would have all been fucked. Yeah, they would have been all fucked. That thing would have been sunk.
Yeah, he would have destroyed it. He would have just been like,
yeah,
fucking everyone would have been
fucked. I haven't seen a visceral Hulk since Infinity War, where Banner's Hulk got his ass handed to him by Thanos.
Yeah.
That's the last time you've seen a real Hulk.
Yeah.
That's it. A real raging Hulk. So I just thought the plot and everything up to that point was done well. Giancarlo Esposito, amazing job. And they did reshoots on that movie too, because originally Seth Rollins was supposed to be in that character, whatever character he was supposed to play.
What, Sidewinder?
Seth Rollins was supposed to be one of the bad guys that went after Captain America.
Oh, but not Giancarlo's role.
No, they had to do reshoots.
Right.
But I didn't see any of the reshoots. This is something I listened to, and we're going to do a shout here, if you don't mind, a shameless plug. The Dragoons Lab podcast, which I've been a guest on there as well. Danny's very informative. He said, I could see the reshoots, but I didn't see them. So it was like they spliced it well together.
Can you say the name of the podcast again?
Dragoons Lair podcast.
Dragoons?
The Dragoons Lair podcast, yeah. They're on Spotify. It's like a pop culture.
Dragoons?
The Dragoons Lair podcast.
All right, just wanted to get it right. Okay, yeah.
Great. Yeah, man, they're great guys.
Brave New World's in your top 10? Off of memory.
Listen, let me tell you something. That Red Hulk alone, that's all I needed.
Okay.
That Red Hulk alone, that's all I needed.
Because that movie,
that Red Hulk, I've been waiting for that for 10, maybe more than 10 years. Because you got to figure, the Red Hulk first made his appearance in Hulk #1 in 2008. So here we are in 2025, finally getting the Red Hulk.
Yeah. All right, so
I've been waiting a long time.
See, when I watched that movie, I felt it was very rushed. The writing was weak. The leader sucked, but I liked it. But I thought it was very weak.
Because he didn't have the head out to here. That's why.
Yeah, he had a brain.
We all remember the leader from the comics. Yeah, he had a head, like the cone. He put the cone heads to shame. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, all he had was his brain was popping through the top of his head.
The writing. Honestly, I gotta be honest with you. Yeah,
so bad.
I liked it, man.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I sat down and just enjoyed. It was just I don't pay attention to all those nuances, man. I go in. I suspend my belief for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, and I just engage.
Yeah.
And I engaged twice. I went to the regular theater, then I went to 4DX, where you get everything fucking shot at you.
Oh, right,
the seats moving. Yeah.
I saw Super Mario Brothers like that. I almost fucking threw up. I had to go sit on the steps. Yo, for real. I couldn't take it.
When the fucking Hulk came out, the seat lunged forward, no joke. And in the back of the seat, you feel the punches.
That's pretty cool,
there.
though.
I'm like, you hear, at our age, our back starts to crunch and,
It gives you a beating for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, my number 9.
All right, you got next.
My number 9. I'm surprised I put this on this list because it has some, I don't know if you want to use the term woke shit or political correct shit in it that bothered me. But I enjoyed it. I am a Spider-Man guy, so Homecoming is my number 9.
All right. Good movie. Good. I enjoyed seeing Spider-Man finally in the MCU.
Mm.
That was very enjoyable. I mean, you've seen him in Civil War first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then when he gets his own vehicle in the MCU, it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Now they're doing it, you know?
Plus, it was like it wasn't just a Spider-Man movie. It wasn't actually like real Spider-Man. It was their own version of Spider-Man, but it was like Spider-Man movie. It was like Peter Parker was in a John Hughes movie, like a fucking Breakfast Club's fucking what's one of his movies? St. Elmo's Fire, 16 Candles shit. It was almost like Peter Parker was in a
St.
John
Elmo's
Hughes
Fire,
movie.
wow.
Yeah, like one of those fucking movies. And Keaton was awesome.
Enjoyable start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, as the Joker,
Yeah.
as the Vulture.
He was great. That scene in the car where he turns around and is like, you know, Pete, does she know? And then he says something like, you know, I will kill your whole fucking family. He doesn't say fucking, obviously.
Yeah.
But Keaton was great. He was like the working man's hero. He was making a lot of sense as the villain. Spider-Man really didn't do nothing. He was kind of Iron Man's little bitch a bit. But it was fun. It was a fun Spider-Man movie. I liked when he came out of the rubble. It was like, come on, Spider-Man. But he's like, come on, Peter. And he comes out of the rubble. That was pretty cool.
That whole ferry boat scene was amazing. How Iron Man Tony Stark calls him. He was like, "Where are you?" I'm in class. Doesn't sound like you're in class.
Yeah.
You know.
He's there, yeah.
He realizes, yeah. So when you see him come up, and then they argue right after Iron Man helped him get the ferry together.
Yeah.
He was like, "If you cared, you'd actually be here." He steps out of the suit.
Yeah.
That's when the whole theater was like, "Oh shit," you know.
Wait, can we just take a sidebar for a second? How do you feel about nanotech suits?
What, the Spider-Mans?
Iron Man has one. Black Panther has one. Star-Lord's helmet.
I liked them. Because they just pop right. He just goes, "Yo, where did you see the first one? You seen the first one in Endgame, right?"
It was Infinity War in the
Where he
street.
just pops.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. All right, when he just goes like this, and it just goes on him. That tech was amazing.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It looks a little funny sometimes, but in the theater, I saw Infinity War in the IMAX, and that shit looks crazy.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I think on screen, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
When you're watching it at home, unless you have a really big TV like me,
Yeah.
the room came with the TV, thank God.
Good.
You watch it on like a 50-inch TV, 4K, you're gonna see the same thing.
Yeah.
But I just thought the creation of all those suits, and you're talking about Black Panthers, whenever the suit just goes over his body automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man's like his headpiece just, but it's not bad, you know. I like to. I'm an old school, like I want a suit, you know.
Yeah. You're used to the one he's pulling the mask off.
Yeah, I like that.
They were supposed to do the Green Goblin and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Just another side note here: in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, they were supposed to have a Goblin where he takes the mask off and he turns back in.
Did you see any of the original Goblin
gonna do that.
masks?
Yeah.
Fucking looked great.
Scary as shit.
So much better than the fucking Power Ranger.
Those little kids would have ran out of the fucking theater, bro.
Yeah, the eyes moved
I would
and
have been
shit.
sitting there, fuck yo kids. I was like, fuck yo kids, that was awesome.
Yeah, that shit looked
but
sick.
they were. I think that was the original. He had the purple, the big ears.
Yeah, he looked like the Goblin.
And those big green eyes. No, look at those big yellow eyes they had on them.
That thing looked
great.
I
wish you could pop up the picture.
You know what?
She had the Joe Rogan money.
There's ways to do it. I just, you know what? I'm not that invested in my goofy shit yet.
It's all good. No. Let me tell you, man. You got me thinking on that one. You
next,
drinking some Guinness?
He's non-alcoholic, but it's Guinness. Yeah, I don't drink.
All right, next. You know what? Since you mentioned Spider-Man, I'm going to mention my Spider-Man. I picked No Way Home.
That's a great one.
No Way Home.
That's so good.
I never thought Listen, I knew you were getting, in the trailer, I knew you were getting the Goblin because you've seen the bombs come out. I knew you were getting Doc Ock. You didn't know about Electro, and you didn't know about Sandman and the Lizard. Those are sort of under wraps. They even kept the other two, Toby and Andrew, under wraps.
Yeah.
So when you first go in there, you think you didn't know these were 3 separate universes yet.
Yeah.
But when you see him calling Peter, what's his name? His friend Ed. What's his friend?
Which
The
Spider-Man?
chubby,
Oh, Ned.
the Filipino kid. Yeah, Ned. Ned. When you see Ned going like this,
Yeah.
and then you see Garfield, but when you see Toby, that's when you realize, oh shit, we're getting all three of them.
Yeah. Did you
So
see
I
it in the
think the
theater?
way they came together, yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah.
I think I have permanent ear damage to my left ear from being there in Endgame. Yeah, I got permanent friggin' damage in my left ear because I was right near a family that just went off. I mean, the father, the mother, and the kids all got up
Yeah.
and were like fucking bugging out.
No Way Home was one of my best movie theater experiences of my life, and I've been going to the
Yeah.
movie since I was like 3. And the reason why is because we went, and I went with my girl Elle, and she was wearing she has these like high heel boots that have spider webs on them, so everyone was paying attention to that. But then there was guys dressed as Doc Ock with full fucking arms and everything. There was guys
That's
dressed as the
amazing.
Goblin.
That's amazing.
The place went fucking crazy when Garfield showed up. It was such a good time. And there was no assholes. Everyone was on the same page. Everyone was just being a fan. It was such a good
That's
time.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better experience. And at that point, I was like, should I go see it in 4K? I was like, nah. I think I seen that movie with my kids. Then I seen that with my ex-girl's kids, which, whatever. And then I seen it once by myself.
Yeah.
Usually I see a movie like that by myself first because don't ask me questions. Just pay attention.
Yeah, I like that. I
don't want people with 1,000 questions.
I went to see the new Brave New World by myself, and I had the time of my life. I was sitting there with my popcorn, my soda. It was great. What's next?
I think we're losing connection here.
All right, let me know when you hear me. You got
I'm
me?
hearing you better.
All right, so what's next? What you got next off the top?
All right. I got.
I could peek at the
what?
list too if you want.
I'm up to 3. No, I'm up to 3. So, Wakanda Forever.
God damn, Wakanda Forever! Holy shit, your list is good because it's not expected.
Damn, I'm losing you again, bro. I can't hear you.
Oh shit! All right, we'll give it a second. Maybe it'll catch up.
You edit this thing out anyway, right?
If something like this happens, yeah.
There you go.
Wakanda Forever.
All right, so yeah,
fuck.
Wakanda Forever. Honestly, what's that? My 4th, right? Honestly, I enjoyed the movie. Was waiting for Namor to come out. I didn't mind the fact that they put him in like a Egyptian type of
Yeah.
Background. I like that. It was like an old culture.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought they sort of paid homage to Chadwick too in the beginning.
Yeah.
They sort of involved him, but off screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just liked the movie. I liked how she came into the role, even though I heard she was giving shit on set and she was being a prima donna. It didn't matter to me. I liked the outcome of the movie. I just thought the action. Angela Bassett should have got a friggin' Oscar. She was snubbed.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She carried that first half. Unfortunately, her character dies.
Yeah.
But I just thought from start to finish, the way it just moved was amazing.
I actually enjoyed Wakanda Forever, honestly. When
The
I
fight
saw
scene at the end, that big fight scene.
when I saw Namor, I was like, "What did they do? That's not Namor. Who is this guy?" But then when you watch the movie, it works. What they did works, and that guy did a good job. And he's like the first mutant, also.
Yeah, but he also had the wings. If you pay attention, he had the wings on his feet, like he does in the comics.
Yeah, the wings.
I was like, "Oh shit, they're the wings!"
Yeah,
and he was lightning fast.
Yeah, he was kind of
You
cold
didn't even
too,
see
right?
that helicopter. Yeah. Well, he had to be. They were like, his land was getting, threatened. So
yeah. All right. Okay, my number 8 is an interesting one because this movie was not on my top 10 until I went and rewatched it. It's Avengers, the first Avengers. Now, I never.
Nothing bad with that one.
I wasn't a really big fan of this movie when I first saw it. I mean, I thought it was amazing. All these characters came together in one movie, and the effects were great. The action was great, but there was something about it I just didn't like. And then I just rewatched it, and now it's my number 8 of all time, MCU.
Wow.
How you feel about that
See, I
movie?
got no order except for Iron Man. I like that movie. It was a starting point of them working as a team. You're seeing a new Banner, a new Hulk. You got the whole team together. If not mistaken, who we seen the first time? Oh, the second time you're seeing Clint.
No, I
You're
think
seeing Hawkeye for the second time.
where was he before that?
He was in Thor. He was only in Thor.
In the after credit scene, or
No, he was in Thor when remember
oh right,
Coulson was saying
yeah,
you got eyes on him. He was like, "Let me know, tell me when," and he was
when they were
holding the bow and
invading
arrow pointing to
the
Thor.
headquarters or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, right,
when
right, yeah,
he was trying to get his hammer back.
yeah, right.
See, I remember a lot of the key
See,
moments.
that's why I got you here, bro. You
Well,
know your
yeah,
shit.
I thought it was yeah, I try to remember, man, but sometimes it's like every day I feel like I'm forgetting something, you know. But I thought it was a really good starting point. Like, remember to go back to X-Men. Remember the starting point with the first movie?
Yeah,
Then gradually they got a little bit more violent as time went on. But the first movie was just an introduction of the characters. You had some action. You know, when you saw Thanos, you knew shit was getting real.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That was great. I love that shit. The way they built up the Avengers was great.
you didn't see him. You didn't see him to Guardians of the Galaxy though.
Yeah, that was the first
Well, you
time.
did see him at the end. No, you did see him in the post-credit scenes though,
Oh,
at the
I'll
end
do
of
it
Avengers.
myself,
But it
right?
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was actually part two.
Oh, really?
That was part two.
What did he do at
Yeah.
Avengers?
Part one. No, part one. It was just some CGI face. It wasn't. What's his name from Goonies?
Brolin.
Josh Brolin. It wasn't Brolin yet. Yeah.
But what did Thanos
And I
do?
got I got my number. No, he just collected the glove at part two. Remember, I'll do it myself. He got the glove. He was like, I'll do it myself after Ultron didn't deliver.
That was the first time we saw him?
Well, like moving.
Right, right, okay, right.
But I think in Guardians, that's when he was telling Ronan, like, "You're a little kid to me." Remember?
Yeah, I'll hold on. What's that line? He says, I'll, fuck. He has a cold ass line like, "I'll bathe, you'll bathe in blood amongst the stars" or some shit. When he's like, when
Yeah,
Ronan's trying to
yeah,
threaten him or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, I remember. I got goose pimples in the theater because the bass delivered that voice right to your eardrums. It was like, holy shit.
Fucking
And it's
good
funny.
shit.
He's coming to my next movie.
Go
So
ahead.
that was what, your number 8?
That was my number 8.
So my number, what is this? My number,
7.
I'm up to number 5 now, right?
7.
No, I'm up to what?
Either
I'm not
7 or
up to
6.
7.
It's either
I'm
7
up
or
to 7.
6.
All right. Well, my next is Age of Ultron because I feel that's a very underrated Avengers movie.
I'm with you on that.
Not a lot of people got it. Not a lot of people got Ultron. If you read the comics, he was very precise in his movements. He was methodical. He wanted to destroy things, but he was sort of like nice about it. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
wasn't like, "Oh, I'm going to destroy you." He talked to you, and then all of a sudden, he was destroying everything around you.
Yeah.
You know, that's who Ultron was. But my thing was, you finally seen the fucking Hulkbuster suit, that's something that I was waiting. That's the armor I was waiting to see.
Yeah.
Because you've seen it in the comics. It hawks back to the Ultimates.
Right.
Remember when the Ultimates first dropped out? That was the
I don't
Ultimate
remember that. No.
world. Ultimate Spider-Man.
I only read
The
the Spider-Man.
Ultimates, but they couldn't do this in the movie. You remember in Age of Ultron when he hulked out and Scarlet Witch played with his brain
Yeah.
and he went bad and he was ripping up that was Wakanda. He was ripping up Wakanda.
Yeah.
In the comic, in the Ultimates, he was in heat and he went
Shit.
ape shit.
Oh, wow.
And he
That's
started
interesting.
knocking down buildings. He was looking for Betty.
And
It
that's
was
the Hulk.
Banner that was like really going crazy.
And that's when the Hulkbuster came
Yeah.
out in the comics too.
Yeah, I remember the Hulkbuster at one point came out in the comics. I'm not sure which issue, but in the Ultimates, that's what happened. I believe that the whole team had to take him down,
Yeah.
just like in World War Hulk, which I think we're getting that movie.
You read World War Hulk?
I read some of it.
Oh, okay.
I read Planet Hulk, But I know in World War Hulk, he's coming back from Sakaar, and which we got briefly in Thor,
Ragnarok.
which is the third Thor. Yeah, Ragnarok. That was good, but like I said, that's the only time you've seen the Scar. Well, like the Planet of the Scar or whatever it was called.
All right, my number 7 is going to be another. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
All right, so my number 7 might be another controversial one. I got Endgame at number 7. That's high on people's
list. Controversial of that. Everybody was fucking dying from that. The snap, when in the end he says, "I'm Iron Man," that's all you got to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Cap holding Mjolnir.
Huge.
Yeah. Cap picking up this damn hammer right here. Okay, yes, because I'm a nerd and I bought the $150 version of the Avengers PlayStation 5 game. It came with this little keychain that I keep me in my bed. Okay, so and this is, look.
That's serious.
This is nice. Go into the dark alley with this. You'll be all right. But when Cap wielded Mjolnir, do you know the story of how he finally got to be worthy of the hammer? Because if you remember in Age of Ultron, he tried to pick it up. He moved it very slightly.
Yeah.
But he wasn't able to pick it up. You know why? Because if you remember in Civil War, and that was right after Age of Ultron somewhere. In Civil War, he admitted he knew about Bucky killing Tony's parents.
Yeah.
Once he said that, he was worthy.
How did he know, though?
Because he had something. Listen, when he knew somehow, he figured it out somehow, but he never came forward about it, and that's what made him not worthy to pick up Mjolnir. When he released that, and he got it out, he told the truth. And that's why he was able to pick up Mjolnir.
Oh, that's interesting.
No lies were in him anymore.
Yeah. Endgame has some
serious. Like
fucking iconic scenes, man. When they all come back on your left, there's fucking crazy goosebumps. Fucking him holding the hammer.
The circles.
Yeah. Him holding the hammer. The fight.
The hammer though. But the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
If you were able to pull up a crowd reaction, you can still on YouTube just write an Endgame crowd reaction.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most loudest crowd reactions you had. Once the hammer goes to him and you see him holding it with the shield, even though the shield's half broken, people were going ape shit.
There's so many fucking moments. Avengers Assemble, of course. So good. Yeah. And then they go back to the other movies that led up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how's the whole fucking crowd of people going to hear him? I was like, all right. Yeah. They just seen him run. They were on his 6, and they just ran with it.
He was like whispering,
how we do in HTC. If one runs, we all run. Nah, how we do in HTC. If one's running, we're all going to run.
He really was like Avengers Assemble, and everyone just went, how the fuck they hear him?
Yeah. Oh, they just... Exactly, but you know what? That's what I say when we go to the movies. Suspend your belief.
Disbelief.
Let's not ask why this, why that. Too many. Yeah, suspend your disbelief. Why ask questions? Just enjoy the moment.
What do you got next?
Shit, what am I up to?
6? No. Yeah, 6.
I think that was
because you're one ahead of me.
All right, so I got 4 more to go, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. All right, you know what? I'm going to go with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, no. I hate your list.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Listen.
That's why I got you on here, though, because I knew it was
been
different.
Fond of, but a team up that I've been waiting for, because I have read quite a few of Deadpool and Wolverine comics over the years.
Yeah.
With Wolverine always fucking hacking that poor guy up.
Yeah.
I mean, no better book than Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, but honestly, if there's a secondary book, it would be any of the Wolverine Deadpool team up books, bar none.
Right, yeah.
So seeing that and seeing the different Wolverines you get to see the Wolverine where he faces the Hulk in the brown suit. You get to see the miniature Wolverine. Hey, little guy, how you doing?
Comic accurate.
He comes out, he's like, yeah, let's cue the music. Yeah, there you go. Everybody said that. And then you get to see the one, the X-Men the Apocalypse one with no head. He had
Yeah.
like the silver.
Yeah.
Remember, he had like a silver brace. That's the one where Apocalypse chopped his hand off
Right.
in the comics. Because remember, there was an Apocalypse thing
Yeah.
years and years ago. Apocalypse War or something. I don't remember the exact name.
Yeah. And
Yeah, but he was stabbing Deadpool.
you also got to see the one of my favorite X-Men covers of all time, where he's on the fucking X, where he's nailed to the X.
Yeah.
I actually got a tattoo
Yeah,
based
that was
on that.
amazing.
So when I saw that, I was like,
Really?
"Oh shit, that's pretty fucking cool." But I hated that movie.
Yeah, my thing was, you don't like it?
I hate all those Deadpool movies.
But they did a good job. They did a good job. Wow. I can't believe it. You didn't like, well, you know what? I don't think Cable was well received. And X-Force, like, yeah, he did X-Force for a while.
Yeah.
And then Peter Pool, you've seen all the Deadpools. Come on, you didn't like it when he pulled up the mask finally and he got the wings? He was like, what's the wind resistance on those things?
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the mask, but like I said, our X-Men was the Claremont Byrne, which was the brown suit. I like the brown suit. I don't like the yellow shit. I like the brown suit that we saw in the movie. But yeah, I never liked the Deadpool. I think that shit's just corny. It's corny as fuck. It's not even. It's like violence comedy. I don't like violent comedy. Like I like violence to be violent. If I'm gonna cut your head off, I don't want you to wink at me. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal preference.
I get it. I always liked how him and Colossus fucking went Juggernaut in part 2, though. That was a great fight.
I don't think I saw that one. I don't think I remember that one. I don't remember that. I only saw it once. I don't remember.
Juggernaut rips Deadpool in Deadpool 2. Juggernaut pulls him, rips him right apart.
Right. All right. 6.
I just like the comic references. He literally gives you. He's like, cut me off. Fuck Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah. So, all right, 6. I got Guardians 1, which is a pretty well received one. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is fucking great. I thought I had such a good time with that movie. It was almost like seeing Raiders of the Lost Ark again. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I thought that was a good adventure movie.
Yeah, for sure.
You've seen different space, different planets. You finally see. I thought we were going to see Adam Warlock properly in that movie, but didn't happen.
Yeah, well, he was in the third one, right? Yeah, he was in. No, that wasn't that. Was that Adam Warlock? It was, right?
Yeah, the gold guy. Yeah,
right,
that was him. But he had a mind of a child.
That's not. That's
he had
not
a mind of a child in that one.
That's not the books. I don't know that character.
From what I remember, no.
Yeah, so Guardians 1.
You ever read the Infinity Gauntlet? That's what.
No, but fucking,
Infinity Gauntlet. That's loosely based on.
Yeah, someone recommended that to me a long time ago. I remember I met someone I was at a party, and there was one other guy who liked comic books out of like 50 people. He was like, "Yeah, go read the Thunderbolts and go read Infinity Gauntlet," and I never did, and now I feel like I should have.
Infinity Gauntlet. That's where Infinity War and Endgame came from, loosely.
Yeah. What you got? 5.
So, all right, what am I up to? Number 7? No,
5.
You keep count. You're gonna hate this one. You're gonna hate this one.
Wait, don't tell me.
That's the reason why
Let
I
me
like
guess.
picking movies that people hate. What?
All right, if I'm gonna hate it, is it? It's gonna be something that's everyone hates.
Third movie out of.
It's Quantumania.
It's the third movie. Yeah. Yep. You had my boy Bill Murray in there.
Talk to me.
Bill Murray was great. Listen, not only in the show with Jonathan Majors, which TV show was he in?
Loki.
He was in the Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Or season 3, whatever season. That guy can act. Did I like when he delivered it first? I didn't get the character yet. But when he came on, and then all of a sudden you see Kang there, and this guy was ruthless. He was just ready to take over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, for me, 3, the alien stuff was a little, you seen that little blob guy, there was a little comedy where there was a lot of comedy in it. I know you don't get that. So I knew you were gonna hate this movie. Maybe I subliminally picked, in the back of my brain, I was like, "Oh, Auntie's gonna fucking hate this one. He's gonna hate the Mike. He's gonna hate this one. He's gonna hate this one. Let's go."
That's great. I love that shit though.
But I liked it. I enjoyed it. No, but I enjoyed it because at the end, Paul Rudd in the post scene, if you've seen, he was like, "Did I do the right thing by destroying Kane?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kane, fucking wrestling on the brink. Did I do the right thing in destroying Kang? Because Kang said, "Destroy me. I'm not as bad as the next guy. Believe me." And then that's when he got sucked into that portal. Yeah.
They should bring him
the
back.
next guy, I guess, is Doom. I think they're bringing him back in Doomsday. I think Doom's gonna kill him.
He didn't really do nothing that bad. I saw
Doom's
the
gonna kill
videos.
them all.
I saw I heard the audio. He wasn't that. He didn't really. It wasn't warranted of firing.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. There's 2 stars to every story. You know what I mean?
What 3?
I feel like he got the raw end of it. Why is it like 3 people involved?
Well, there's your side, my side, and the
lady.
truth.
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like just because he's a public figure, he signed to a company that look at what they did to Johnny Depp. Then he got acquitted.
Right, exactly.
And he was innocent. So
yeah, it's fucking.
But Disney's a multi-million-dollar company. They're publicly owned. They're in the trade floors. They're out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like World Wrestling Entertainment. They're out there. So if someone does something wrong, they gotta let them go for the betterment of the company. But I don't want to hear that shit. Until innocent until proven guilty.
I thought he was great as Kang.
Yeah. Nobody else could have done it. All right, what are you getting?
5.
What's your next one?
Iron Man. You're number 1.
I knew that was coming somewhere.
It has to. How do you not have Iron Man in your fucking top 5? It has to be in your top 5.
That's why I picked it number 1.
Right? It's the one that set it off. It was a great movie. It had good effects. It had real what do you call that? Practical effects, CGI, good action. It had some good little funny quips. They did edit it though. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. You know what?
You know what scene it was?
They edited it. Where did they edit it? No.
It was all right in the beginning. If you remember when he's in the Humvee with the soldiers and he can't tell if the driver's a female or not. You remember that?
No, I don't remember, bro.
Okay,
no.
So he says something to the driver and she says something back.
Watch it now.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to see it. That's the thing they cut out.
Oh shit.
Because he couldn't tell
if
she was
the original.
Yeah, in Iron Man 1, he says something to the driver and she says something. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a woman." They cut that shit out.
Oh, okay. Oh, because everybody's like getting, oh my God, what did he say? Right?
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
You can find the original somewhere.
God, what was that? That's so offensive. If you have an original Blu-ray DVD, it's on there.
He misgendered.
But you're not going to find it on Disney Plus because.
Give me your 5. What do you got at 5? Top 5 coming in hot.
What number? I don't even know where I'm at. All right. Shit.
I'm sorry, you're at 4.
I'm spitballing because I don't have my list in front of me.
4, sorry.
All right. It was one of the Thors. It was one of the Thors.
Got to be Ragnarok.
So what I'm going to do right now is it was either Ragnarok or Love and Thunder, but I'm going to go with Ragnarok because I like the fact that they brought Hulk back.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see him for a while. They finally brought Hulk back.
Yeah.
He was talking. So you know when you see the Hulk talking, sooner or later, smart Hulk is coming.
Right.
Because he was Hulk so long, they were starting to meld together.
Yeah.
That's what was happening.
Yeah. I guess that made it easier for him to do it, too.
Point, yeah, but if you remember in old Logan, Banner embraced the evil side of Hulk.
Right.
So and also in Planet Hulk, he embraced the evil side of the Hulk.
Yeah.
So he had no problem changing in and going off, this wasn't the case. He was just Hulk for a long period of time, and Banner and Hulk was starting to merge until he went to the ship. What was this ship called?
Who
The ship that he flew away in Age of Ultron 2. Remember the ship in Age of Ultron 2?
Oh, the Avengers ship.
Ultron
Yeah.
out of
the Quinjet.
Yeah. He threw Yeah. He threw him out, and then he basically put it on stealth.
Yeah.
And he flew to the planet.
Yeah.
So I liked how that played out. I like the fact that Stan Lee gave Thor a haircut. If you don't remember.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember, yeah.
Seeing Stan Lee, may he rest in peace, man. Thank you, Stan, so much for all these amazing characters he gave us, But I think it's a rite of passage seeing Stan Lee in every Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Up until Endgame at least.
Yeah. I think it was
anytime you see him,
Captain Marvel was the last one?
Was it?
On
It
the
might have
bus.
been. But my favorite one was like Aliens in New York. Give me a break. I love that one.
So I gotta ask you though, you liked Love and Thunder?
I like Love and Thunder.
Oh,
I like that. I like seeing Lady Thor. I like seeing Lady Thor. Like I said, there's certain things I enjoy in the movies than others. I like seeing Christian Bale playing that character that comes to like kill all the Asgardians, and he's basically doing it. He's
God
basically
Butcher.
taking everything over. He steals Asgardian children. Yeah. He did that. He did that really good.
It'd have been nice if he killed some gods. That would have been
Did that really
would have been great.
Yeah. Well, he did. He did that first one.
Oh, really?
Remember the one that he used to pray to? Excuse me.
Yeah.
He was like in this little like garden, and he had gold, and then he was like, "I pray to you, and now you shun me." And that's when the sword came out of the ground. He just chopped his head off.
Oh, so he's more of a.
You don't remember that?
No, yeah, he's more of a. I killed a god more than a butcher. I wanted to see him.
Yeah.
Yo, this character, it was like, oh, he's the God Butcher. He's going to be killing this guy. I mean, obviously, you can't show it, but it would have been nice.
But remember, also, it was good when, this is how I put it, when Thor deputized all the little kids with the lightning and the thunder.
Yeah.
And they got Thor's powers for a short period of time. They became Thor's army.
Such a bad movie. We're getting that. Oh, that's great though. See, I knew this is why I wanted to have you on, because you're gonna have different opinions, which I love that. I love that shit. Love and Thunder.
People will be like, "That guy's fucking crazy." I don't give a shit.
That's okay. That's good, because Love and Thunder to me is like 35th. Or how many there are? I don't know. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about a bullshit city. What's that from? You know what that is?
Don't remember. But
Let's get straight down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about a bullshit city. That's old hip hop.
You tell me.
Tim Dog. Fuck Compton.
No, all right.
Fuck Compton.
Oh, Jesus.
Had to bring it back for a second.
I can't remember shit off. Yeah, I can't remember shit off the top of my head anymore. I got so bad.
All right.
They're telling me to use Alpha Brain now.
Hey, try it. It's not gonna hurt to try it, right?
4?
All right, give me your number. Did you give me your number 4? Was that? Oh, that was your number 4, right?
I just gave you one.
All right, so my number 4 is gonna be Civil War, Captain America 3.
Okay.
Love Civil War. It's like another little mini Avengers movie. Spider-Man shows up. Spider-Man's always been one of my favorite characters. Good story, good fight scenes. I love Civil War. I mean, listen, it's my number 4 of all-time MCU. Civil War is just a great. Whoa, excuse me. Civil War is just a great fucking movie, man. I love that movie.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
Civil War from start to finish. Once you see Queens, you know what was happening. Once you see the title Queens, New York, I was like, fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Then all of a sudden you see Tom Holland. I'm like, oh shit.
Love that shit.
You see Marissa Tomei, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei's biological clock is still ticking.
I'm ready.
I don't care. She can be 80. I'll still bend her over.
Fuck yeah.
I love you, Nicole. Nicole. Shout out my girlfriend. Hey, listen, that's my one cheat. You can pick anybody you want, Nicole. She's gonna listen to this podcast and kill me.
Yeah, you got to pay. Anyone who wants, if Marissa
All right, so
Tomei comes out to anybody, you got to pass. It's automatic. It's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's it. Come on, my cousin Vinny. Come on. You know.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
She was great.
What else? So
Civil
War.
Am I at number 3?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Civil War one more second. There's a bit of a delay, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm cutting you off.
No, that's cool.
Because when I say something, I hear it on your end like 3 seconds later.
Boys and girls, there's no method to the madness. We're just fucking going here.
All right, go ahead. What's your number 3? Getting down to the nitty gritty.
Winter Soldier.
Oh,
Winter Soldier. Espionage, or almost like a Mission Impossible movie. If you really think about it, you didn't know who was who anymore. You didn't know who to fucking trust. That's when we found out S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
So, you're like, wait a minute, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Hydra? The Hydra from Red Skull? So he implemented Hydra early on, which you find out later on, into S.H.I.E.L.D. And as Hydra moved through S.H.I.E.L.D., they moved through the higher-ups, and then everything trickled down and became Hydra.
Yeah.
All the fucking branches. And that's what made Winter Soldier so fucking interesting. Not only did it, like, that fight scene that they had in the street.
Yeah.
That was one of the best up to that point, that was one of the best fucking fight scenes I ever have seen.
It was really fucking good. Plus,
but
you had
him blowing up.
You had the Winter Soldier music. When he shows up, that music comes on.
Yeah, and you knew shit was about to go down.
Yeah.
Someone's getting fucked up.
Yeah, man. Plus, also you had like that idea of security versus safety, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought just the whole movie, start to finish, it literally, you were off your seat.
Yeah, such a good fucking movie.
Like, what the fuck? Robert Redford delivered.
Yep.
Because he played, what did he play? He played like a congressman or some shit.
I think he was one of the, he was like the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, that's Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something head up.
Yeah.
Top S.H.I.E.L.D. guy.
But that's really what led into, the other movies after that. And everything after that became even more fucked up because they didn't know who to trust.
Yeah. So Civil War, they had like, I feel like Marvel had a run with like Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy. They had such a good run in that area because what they were doing was they had, Winter Soldier is like an espionage spy movie. Ant-Man is like a heist film. Guardians of the Galaxy is like a space opera. They were taking regular genres and putting Marvel characters in them. So that run right there was a really good run.
Yeah. That's all phase 1 right there.
Yeah.
When it jumped into phase 2, then, things started slowing up a bit. Now, I don't even know what phase we're in. I stopped paying attention to the phases.
Yeah, I think it's
after a while.
5. It might be 5. I'm not even
5,
sure.
6, 7. Who gives a shit? I just want the continuity in the films now,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, also it's different because when we first, the phase 1, by the time we got to Infinity War, we saw Iron Man a whole bunch of times. We saw Thor a bunch. We saw these characters a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
When we get to Doomsday, how many times have we seen Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
As Captain America.
Since Winter Soldier, actually, my next thing was going to be, that was the debut of Anthony Mackie's Falcon.
Yeah, but like, how many times have we seen him as Captain America by Doomsday? Like twice?
No, well, yeah. Well, it was the
show.
Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. He didn't accept it yet. But since Endgame, he was technically, when old Steve Rogers handed him the shield, technically at the end of Endgame, he became Captain America.
Yeah.
It was just him taking the mantle and running with it.
Yeah. So
this is technically his first movie as Captain America.
We don't really have a relationship with these people like we did on the first phase.
Not as not as invested as in like RDJ and I wouldn't want to say what's his name Mark, who played the Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Like he only pops up. He never got his own vehicle yet.
I don't think they can.
It's sort of too late to give him his own. No, it's sort of too late. It's too late to give him. He should have had his own vehicle, or there was a Hulk vehicle, and they tied that in. That's where it tied into Brave New World. 2008 Hulk tied into Brave New World. That's what we never discussed on.
Yeah, right.
So they are including that in the universe because that's where what's his name, the leader, came from. Remember, the stuff was dripping off his head.
Yeah, it's probably good.
It's off the bubble.
It's probably good to say that if you haven't seen Brave New World, give The Incredible Hulk a rewatch.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sequel.
And it's coming out tomorrow on digital. Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow on digital.
You're going to see the Thunderbolts?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm going to opening weekend. But Thunderbolts, if you know anything about Thunderbolts, and if you look at the title, there is always a star in it, right?
Yeah.
You know that little star?
The asterisk.
Thunderbolts technically are always, but they're always rotating in the Thunderbolts. It's not always the same characters.
Oh, see, I thought that star was because they weren't part of Thaddeus's Thunderbolts.
No, but I also believe they rotate the characters because the comic Thunderbolts, the recent one was Red Hulk. I think it was Punisher, Venom. Yeah, it was a bunch of different characters. It was like darker.
Yeah, right.
It was like the dark version of the Thunderbolts. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I always like that darker shit too. All right, we're gonna go with number 2. Wait, no, 3. Yeah, 3. Give me a 3. Top 3.
Yeah, because I just picked Winter Soldier, right?
Top 3. Yep, Winter Soldier.
Well, that was Winter Soldier was my 3rd, so I'm down to 2, I think.
No, you're always going to be 1 ahead of me because you go first. So I'm on 3. So this is going to be your 3rd.
So you go now, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll go. What was the last thing I picked? Civil War, right? And then you did Winter Soldier. Okay, yeah. So we almost got
the mic keeps dropping in and out.
I got Far From Home, number 3.
All right, Far From Home was good.
So we kind of talked about that
was
already.
Right after Tony. Yeah, but Far From Home, that was right after Tony died. That was the first Marvel movie right after Endgame.
Far From Home. No, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. I said the wrong thing. No Way Home.
Which one? No Way Home. All right. That's with 3.
That's the one you talked about. Yeah. Okay, so we don't got to talk about that one. We talked about that one. So give me a 2.
What did you like about that? What specifically did you like about that movie?
Okay, so I liked the 3 Spider-Man thing. The way they just the visual of them together swinging around, having conversations about their powers. I thought was interesting. I liked Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin was fucking crazy. He was off the fucking chains. Yeah. I liked
more violent, right? More violent.
Yeah, sick. It's like fucking. He has this great fucking line. Give me a second. I have to think about it. He's like, you have. Oh, maybe you can help me out. It's like you have all the power to take everything, but lack the courage to take it or some shit. Do you remember that line?
Yeah. Yeah, and he delivered it with his eyes, and his eyes said it all.
The power to
the way he said it was visceral.
That's gonna bother me. Fuck, I can't
remember. To take everything, but you deny. He denies to take it. He doesn't want to overtake anything. That's the thing.
Yeah, that fucking line. I'm gonna. I don't want to look it up now because it'll take too much time. But that's gonna bother me. But that was a good line. But
don't worry about it.
All around, I really fucking. Plus, the movie theater experience with No Way Home was great. That
was the best one.
There's a bit of a No Way Home hatred renaissance going on right now. I don't know if you know that.
Nah, they're fucking lost then.
Lost. That's a good word. I
Fucking
like
lost.
that.
They're lost.
Yeah, lost.
If you didn't like No Way Home, then you're a fucking bitch ass motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah. Gungo approved.
basically, you're a fucking asshole. What is there not to like? You know what? Matter of fact, when this episode comes out, I want to see in the comments below, why don't you like No Way Home? If there's a reel you're gonna play, make it this real. Why the fuck don't you like No Way Home? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That's
Everything about that movie was enjoyable. Everything.
Yeah, I agree. I loved it.
Even Doctor Strange's involvement.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Doctor Strange's involvement.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Spider-Man. Wait, let me ask you this. What's your theory on how Spider-Man could move his body when he got removed from his body? Do you know anything about that?
A spider sense is beyond anything we can comprehend.
Oh.
His senses. No. I don't know if I'm right or wrong here.
That
I don't
fucking makes
none
sense
of
to
the
me.
Nerds from geek. I don't listen. I'm part nerd myself. I'm just the type of nerd that'll fuck you up before you understand what's happening.
That's right.
You know, but it's like I don't know if I don't want the people from Geekland coming after me. I'm thinking that spider sense stays with him whether he's out of his body or not. He's still alive technically. He's not dead. He's just removed. So that spider sense is going to stay connected either way.
That's official. I'm using that's
but
it.
Even Doctor Strange didn't fucking understand it. Doctor Strange's mind was fucking blown.
Yeah, how are you doing this? He says. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with it.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. And fuck anybody else who doesn't like No Way Home. End of story.
All right, let's go number 2.
All right. See, it's funny is I was doing it in reverse, so this is technically my 9th one. Mm-hmm. This is my 9th one.
Okay.
Remember, I'm going 1 through 10. You're going backwards.
Yeah.
So this is my 9th. And it's no particular order. I just didn't want to do it in order. I wanted to make sure Iron Man was number 1. So, Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. That was like Sam Raimi. Look, Sam Raimi delivered an MCU fucking horror movie. And if you watch the Easter egg, you would have seen the Evil Dead car floating in the sky.
Yeah, he puts that in everything.
Yep. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, the Evil Dead car. The person, I forgot who was with me. They were like, what? I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, man. I hear you.
I remember who was with me. I was just like, I know. I said, fuck you. You know, if you don't know the Evil Dead, you don't know shit.
I remember I was with my girlfriend when we went to go see that movie, and when Professor X comes out, they play the X-Men cartoon theme. And I looked at her and I nudged her, but she didn't know. She didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, bro, that shit was insane. That shit was insane when you seen and you seen Reed Richards. But then Scarlet Witch is like, oh, you stretch. Here you go. Made him into a fucking 1,000 pieces.
Like spaghetti.
He looked like he changed into a fucking 1,000 pieces of. Yeah, but it looked like licorice to me because the corners were all like draping out.
Or Play-Doh. You know when you smash the Play-Doh into the thing and it comes out?
Yeah, the blue Play-Doh, right?
Yeah. Scarlet Witch fucked them up.
What they did to what's his name? What's his name from the short-lived TV shows?
Black Bolt.
Yeah, they were like, what mouth? And he was like, oh shit! Imploded his fucking brain.
I thought that was a little kind of dumb because like he all right, so he knows his powers. So if he could just use his voice to poke a hole right through his mouth that she covered.
Nah, but she covered it. It was like, I don't know. Whatever she did was witchcraft. Don't fuck with witchcraft.
Don't question it. Don't
Don't fuck with witchcraft, kids. The craft that'll scare you straight. Yeah, I thought that was a solid. I thought that was his first movie since the first 3 Spider-Man. And I thought that was apropos because the third Spider-Man sort of sucked.
Yeah.
With Venom and Sandman. I thought that was a bad one.
Yeah.
You know, with the jerk off fest that happened between him, Harry, and fucking Mary Jane at the end, that was fucking totally fucked up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great comeback for him.
Yeah. because he does a
Sorry,
lot of
excuse me.
producing.
All right. Yeah, but I thought that movie was perfect for him with the horror elements and everything.
Yeah, when she fucked up the Illuminati, that was great. When she snapped that dude's neck, I think it was Professor X snapped his neck.
Yeah. Captain Carter's shield got chopped her right in half.
That was great.
Shield got thrown at her.
And I like the zombies
And
too.
who else? What was the lady's name? Yeah, no. Oh, come on. You couldn't go wrong with that.
Monica, was it Rambo?
That was Doctor Strange zombie, right? Who?
The girl you're talking about? The other girl?
Oh, the lady. Yeah, she was Captain Marvel in that one, right?
Yeah, I think she was Rambo. Monica.
That was Captain Marvel's girlfrild, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
Her best friend.
Yeah.
Not girlfriend, folks. Not girlfriend. Relax out there. Not girlfriend.
All right, so check it out. We talked about The Winter Soldier. That's my number 2. Great fucking flick. We don't really got to get into it.
Action packed from start to finish.
There's something missing from your list.
10 here, right?
Wait, there's something missing from your list.
No.
Yeah. Has to be.
I'll send you my original list because my 10th one I think is going to be something that I didn't even put it on. You know? I'm going to put, you know what? I'm going to say fuck it and go with, we mentioned the other ones. I'm going to go with Guardians 2 just because I think the trilogy needs to be in this year.
Yeah.
Because there was no bad Guardians film. Each Guardian film was standalone, amazing. I liked Kurt Russell playing, who did he play? He played Quill's father, but he was a planet, basically. Yeah, there you go. Kurt Russell, put Kurt Russell in everything, it gives it something.
Yeah, he was great. I didn't like 2, but he was great.
The fact that you finally know where. That's what I'm here for, to fucking shake shit up, baby.
Yeah,
you know?
Fuck yeah. But
Ric Flair style. Hold on, before I go. Not to get. I know you would want to see this.
Yeah, that's fucking. I love that old school shit.
That's a big rubber guy from Major Podcast.
It looks like the old guys, like those old
podcasts they got.
Those old stiff rubber guys.
Yeah, the big rubber guy.
They shouldn't have gave him the blowjob mouth though.
Who?
He's got the blowjob mouth.
I can't fucking look at this thing now, man.
I know he's supposed to be doing the woo. But, you know, it looks funny.
Oh, my God. You're fucked up for that. Oh, shit. So that was my number 10.
All right, so my number 1. My number 1 is... You didn't mention this. I mean, I don't know if you forgot it or what the fuck. Infinity War, bro.
I had... Oh, my God. I think I had Infinity War and Endgame on my list, too.
Infinity War is the best, bro. I love that fucking... And you know what? It used to be Winter Soldier. It used to be my number 1. But I realized that
Infinity War took it, right?
I'm watching Infinity War all the fucking time. I'm rewatching that fucking movie. And although Endgame has bigger moments...
I could watch that and Endgame.
I still watch Infinity War.
I could watch Infinity War and Endgame back to back, no problem. You know?
Yeah.
So I knew one of us, because you did mention Endgame already, no?
Yeah, Endgame was my number 7.
Yeah, so you got both. I knew one of us was going to pick either one or the other.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have my list in front of me. But what I'm going to do when you drop the video of this, I'm going to drop my full list and say, look, folks, I fucked up.
Normally I'm like 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks in the bank, but this week I only have 1 week in the bank, so this will be out on Sunday. Normally it'd be like 2 weeks from now or whatever, but it's going to be out this Sunday. So I'm going to go through my list real quick just to recap.
I'm not recapping shit.
Is it coming live? Really fast? Am I talking really fast over there?
There's a delay. Yeah, you sound fast.
I hear myself on your end sounding like I'm talking really fast.
Yeah. I was like, yo, dude, did you do some speed or some shit?
All right, so number 10, I had Guardians 3, 9, Homecoming, 8, Avengers, 7, Endgame, 6, Guardians 1, 5, Iron Man, 4, Civil War, 3, No Way Home, 2 Winter Soldier, 1 Infinity War, and I had Ultron on, but I took it out for the original Avengers.
Well, don't worry, I got you with Ultron, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely an overlook.
So I wanted to, before we, because I know you're going to, I don't know what your runtime for this thing is here, but I also wanted to pick your brain about one little thing, because you're always talking about horror, and the one genre that, thanks to my dad, I really got into the early horror of the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Even from the original Nosferatu, F.M. Morale's the 1920 movie, I think it was.
Yeah,
Not that piece of shit that came out 2 months ago.
yeah.
I thought it was okay, but I was like, where the fuck is that mustache coming from? Oh, it was in the book. It was in the book. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
All due respect to Bill Skarsgård. He did a good job because he's good at, doing characters. But I thought they robbed us of something,
Yeah.
his look. But with that said, I wanted to show you this because I know you'll appreciate this. I told you I picked this up.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a Wolfman Lon Chaney. Yeah. It's a Lon Chaney Orange Talbot figure.
Oh, that thing's got real clothes too. That's real fucking nice. He's got the cane.
It's a sideshow toy.
Does he have the pentagram on his hand?
The hat. I never looked.
That would be a nice touch.
Folded back. Then on the back of it, sort of has like a homage to him. A homage.
Yeah, that's really nice.
To him here. I don't really collect stuff, but since I started my Ghostbusters thing, which I'll touch on in a minute if you don't mind, I seen this and something spoke to me, right?
Yeah. And
I remember going to West Coast Video, if you remember that. West Coast Video, there was what?
Suncoast.
Planet Suncoast, but that's where you bought them from. But West Coast Video, you could rent Palmer Video.
Palmer, yeah.
Remember Palmer Video?
Yep.
And Blockbuster. So Blockbuster and Palmer were the two places I go. My dad would let me rent Wolfman. My favorite of all time was Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. That's one of my friends, because I think Bela Lugosi played the beast, the monster in that one.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I'm really, you guys are always speaking about horror, but I think that genre is starting to be forgotten. So I wanted to speak about it.
Yeah, sure.
Because I love the classic Universal monsters. You can't get any better than them.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah. It has a feel to it. It has like a whole feel
Black
to it.
Black and white. Yeah. And it's just amazing. It's all around amazing. I mean, if you see the effects how they did it then, you even appreciate that.
Yeah.
The way he turns into the wolf and then back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there were a few, hits or misses,
Sure.
There's the Spanish Dracula that I'm laughing every 5 minutes because, he's just acting goofy. He's like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm making a complete fool of myself, and I don't give a shit. I'm loving it. But yeah, man, I wanted to.
Have you seen Eyes Without a Face?
Eyes Without a Face.
That's a good one.
That's from that genre?
That's not a Universal monster. It's not a Universal monster movie. It's a foreign film. It's black and white. I don't know the year, but it's a fucking good one. It's a good old classic horror flick.
Is it like, I know you like that gory shit, bro.
Well, it was too old. I
don't mind gory shit.
It's too old to be gory.
Old gories?
No, it's too old.
All right. Yeah, but I love Vincent Price movies.
Oh, I grew up with that guy.
That guy can scare the shit out of you. House on Haunted Hill, when that woman comes out, I remember I was watching it with somebody and and when you see an old person possessed, like in Exorcist 3, you see the friggin' old ladies climbing all over the place.
Yeah.
There's something eerie about seeing an old woman possessed.
Do you have any movies?
Even now I talk about it, I'm like, shit.
As a kid that gave you nightmares?
Fucking Exorcist, bro.
Right,
Exorcist, not Freddy. Freddy was more on a comedic level. I'll tell you a story what my mother did for me, and this is going to make everybody laugh. When I first seen Chucky, I was like, what the fuck was that? Because I seen it when it came. I was like 9 years old, 8 years old when it came out. I was born in 79. So I'm 45 now. Yeah, it came out in what, 88, 87?
Something like that.
Something like that. one night I was giving my mom a hard time going to bed, so the next night she rigged a fucking doll in my closet to fall. So I went to open the closet to grab my stuff to leave the room. The fucking Chucky doll with a mask came out, had a Jason mask attached to it. I'm running to get the door. My mom's holding the door closed, and I'm like, "Let me out of this room! I'm gonna fucking die!" You know?
That's pretty
It
sick.
was just yeah. So yeah, I think Chucky, the first Child's Play was a little scary
Yeah.
back then, because come on, Chris Sarandon. You
Oh,
had
talk.
what's her name
You
from
want to talk about Chris
Seventh
Sarandon?
Heaven?
Chris Sarandon.
Fright Night,
I'm going to see
right?
Fright Night tonight in Brooklyn.
Oh shit! Where at? What theater?
Prospect Park West, Nighthawk.
All right. Damn, that's a classic one.
Yeah.
That's a classic one, bro. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sit there, get your nice warm popcorn, just have fun, bro.
That's
amazing.
That's an escape. I'm escaping the world.
You got to check out the Alamo. Yeah, no, I seen a couple of John Carpenter films in the Alamo.
Oh, that was
I
another
seen They
great
Live.
one. I saw Escape from New York at Nighthawk.
Yeah, they played it in the Alamo. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And I seen for the first time, I'd never seen this movie. It's another John Carpenter movie, and I seen it in the theater. I was like, what the fuck? The Thing.
Classic.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I see it. And somebody told me, watch out for the dog. I'm like, what dog? I'm like, that dog? He's just running in the snow. Yeah, he's like, give it another 5 minutes. You'll be shitting your pants. And then all of a sudden, the dogs are like coming out with these little straps and shit, and just going ape shit. I loved it.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that fucking movie. Yeah. Let me say.
And that was they did a remake just recently, right?
Yeah, it was a prequel actually, but it sucked.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. And it ends with them chasing the dog, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Well, let me say this.
All right.
Speaking of The Thing, I want everyone to go to my eBay page, my eBay store, Gungo Mike, Gungo Mike. I have a McCready. I have a NECA McCready up there for sale. Check it out. There's a lot of people watching it, but no one's pulling the trigger. So go to Gungo Mike on eBay. Check out all my shit. And I usually do an hour. We're at an hour and a half. I feel like I should get you on again, and we should talk. We should do a whole bunch of other shit.
Let's do it. I'm down. Just let me know.
You want to shout anybody out? Plug?
Yeah, I'll plug my girl Nicole. Enjoy the episode. Don't kill me for saying that about Marissa Tomei. My IG pages, Bearded New Yorker 79 HTC, and then I got my Ghostbusters page, Bearded Ghostbuster 79. I'll be debuting as a full-fledged Ghostbuster pack, props and all, at the Chiller Theater in a couple weeks on a Saturday the 26th. If anybody's there, come say hello, take pictures. I'm all for it.
Where is that, by the way?
Chiller, I think it's in Parsippany.
Oh, okay. Do you listen to any Ghostbusters podcasts?
You know what? There is a couple out there. I'm trying to get my hooks into one, but right now I'm paying attention to the Discord and just the people I follow because I have a lot of modifications to do with these packs. I got 2 Proton packs.
All right. So I guess I'll just I'm gonna recommend.
So as I show,
Spook Central.
Yeah. Can you see that?
It looks pretty fucking cool.
That's the HasLab pack. That's the HasLab.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Everything comes out. Like, you can modify this, everything, yeah. So.
That's badass. I like that.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, no, I got, there's a hose that you connect to it, and it connects to the 1985 wand or the Afterlife wand.
Check out Spook Central. It's my boy Tin Man.
Spook Central?
Yeah, it's my boy Tin Man.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good shit. He's from the UK.
He's New York based? Oh, okay. All right.
What is your name? What is your name tag gonna say?
What? It's gonna. I have my patches over here. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. This is my last name. We got this going on the sleeve. I got the suit and everything. The jumper suit's in. The fight suit is in the closet. I got this.
Let me see the name one.
And then I got this.
Here, move it up a little bit.
Paquette, my last name.
Move it up a little bit. Oh, that looks good. That looks good.
Custom made by Egon and Co.
Beautiful. I'm
Shout
looking
out
forward to
Egon
that.
and Co. And
Take
it
a
has
lot of
Velcro.
pictures.
It has a Velcro. It has a Velcro. It has a Velcro. So they're gonna sew the Velcro on, and when I want to get more patches with different things, maybe I'll get my first name on there. You could just rip that one off, put it in a safe slider, and put something else on.
Beautiful.
That way I don't have to keep patching or repatching. Yeah.
I think maybe next
Gotta
time
come prepared in this little community.
next time you come on, we're gonna have to do a Ghostbusters special.
Let's do it. I'm all for it, bro.
I'm gonna have. You know what? Maybe I'll do
I'm all
this.
for it.
Maybe I'll do this. So you and Jerry will do a bracket, MCU bracket, which I already made. Which I may have to.
Yeah, you didn't do that one with them in the last one, right?
I may have to change it because of what you picked today. I don't know. You didn't pick Black Panther. You didn't even have Black Panther.
I have my list in front of me. I'm gonna send you my list after we get off here. I'm gonna send you the list, and then let me ask you a question. You always put a reel up of the live show, right?
I put 3. I try to put 3 a week. Yeah.
So what you're gonna once you put that reel and I post it to my page, I'll be like, yeah, kids, this is my list here. Sorry, I don't have a good working brain. Joe Rogan, help me.
All right. What if? Okay, I have an idea. What if I ask the host of Spook Central to come on with you and me, and we'll do a Ghostbusters show? Would you be down for that?
Let's hell yeah, bro.
Thanks,
Hell
man.
yeah. I'm down for whatever, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, thanks, brother.
Help you out, you know already, man.
Yeah, man. Enjoy.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the other podcast you're going to be on. I don't remember the name of them. Could you say it? Shout them out one more time.
Dragoon's Lair podcast.
Big shout out to those guys. And yo, have a great day. Thanks for coming on a Monday. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Have a great night.
It makes the week go even better.
Good,
too,
beautiful.
Brother.
Stay on for 1 second, all right?